So Hailee, Ender's Game, well, it's one of those books that's thwarted studios for years. The book doesn't talk down to children. When you got the script, were you pleased that the film doesn't either?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love that it's very faithful to the book. I read the book after I read the script, and at that point, I was sort of looking to it as if I was taking an open book test, and all the answers were right there. It's always nice as an actor, I think, to have a script that's been adapted from an incredible novel that you can sort of look to and reference.
The best science fiction is always films that deal with earthbound issues. Ender's Game is about empathy and tolerance in many respects, isn't it? Why is science fiction so good at exploring emotion? Why is it a good genre to use that for?
I think, frequently when science fiction films are made, they're normally set in the future, and I love that in some ways it sort of leaves that question of whether or not what's happening is possible. And so I think that's always really fun and interesting to sort of look to that and, question whether it is. And I think with Ender's Game, having some of these themes be so relevant, and they were relevant when they were written, and we've set this film in the future, and it's relevant then. And on top of it being just this incredible science fiction adventure, you have all of these incredibly character-driven scenes, and that's kind of a bonus to the whole film.
You've got two of the great character actors of our generation as well, in Harrison Ford and Sir Ben Kingsley. What was it like working with them? Is it as cliched as a dream come true? You learn something on set every
No,
day?
I mean it is. It's such an honor. I mean, it's crazy to think that it's always, I find for me, the best thing in the world when you admire them for what they do as an actor and for the choices they've made, and just for the things that they do, and then meeting them and being able to say you admire them as a person. They are, again, not only some of the most incredible actors in the world, but some of the most incredible people I've ever met. They were so great with all of us on set, so patient and so kind, and I had a great time with them.
You've had a lot of that recently as well. I watched you last week in Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, did you?
And that's got an incredible cast.
It does,
too.
yes.
Are you walking on cloud 9 at the moment?
Totally walking on cloud 9, yes.
And talking back to Ender's Game, I mean, obviously it's a vast universe, and it's got a lot of established fans. Is that extra pressure for you that you've got so many people that have ownership over this and love it so much?
I don't necessarily look at it as having pressure. I think I'm more excited about that than anything. I think it'll be interesting to see the fact that this was so big when it was written, when it came out in the 80s, and having it, with the fan base that it has, sort of bringing this to them, bringing this to something, that this is something that they've been waiting for, showing it to them and sort of bringing it to our generation, I think will be an interesting thing to see it all come together.
And they've waited a long time for it, and obviously you're hoping there's going to be sequels now. And
yeah.
What do you know about that?
Right now we're really focused on getting this out and seeing what everyone thinks about it, but I would do this again in